before moving on, I want to talk about Demon Slayer.
Oh gosh. Oh man, I'm like I'm just I can't get over it right now.
Okay, isn't Demon Slayer one of the best things that you've ever seen? I love that show. The
Ugh.
manga, anime, movie, everything about it.
It is so it is huge right now, and it's so crazy how popular it is right now. And with there's been people that of course enjoy Hunter x Hunter and My Hero Academia and Attack on Titan. Also, they finished their final season, but Demon Slayer has been just an uproar right now with the new season that like there's been a trailer for the new season that's coming pretty soon. And then there's we just recently all experienced Mugen Train, which was fantastic and also heart-wrenching.
That's an
And
understatement.
uh like there ever since everybody's like we've watched the Mugen Train, there has been it's been an uproar once again. And I couldn't believe how well they made that movie, and just the storyline, and just like it wasn't left too big of a cliffhanger, but it was also just the ending to it. It was just like everybody was affected by it. There's no way nobody was not affected by it, because there's
It was very well done. Yeah, it
uh
was it was so good. Like if you think of any like shorter manga arc that could be adapted into a movie, this seems almost calculated from its inception. That entire movie was just a perfect example too of how far the anime medium has come, how
oh,
strong of a story Demon Slayer is, and how much the audience can react to characters in an anime world.
absolutely. And the connection that we make with those characters, or just the relationship, like how much we grow fond, or hearing the story, the background of those characters. And I'm going to say this right now, there is no way that somebody watched it and didn't cry. There's no way, because I'm sure whoever's watched it out there, you did shed a tear. You absolutely shed a tear.
For sure. I cried a couple times. I'm not going to lie.
Oh,
The thing is, though,
like
it's just like the music and the art, like everything about it was so emotional, and the pacing. And like, if you went in blind, if you didn't read the manga, the last 20 or so minutes of that movie, like, there aren't any examples that come to mind that can really do that. And again, it's because the story was very contained and it works for like a
yeah.
movie adaptation. But just wow, like the honestly wow. I felt so heartbroken. I called up my siblings and I'm like, listen, I'm always gonna be here for you. I called up my friend and I'm like, yo, I'll sacrifice myself for you, okay? Like I felt so emo.
Uh, I mean, I'm sure that everybody's seen it. Like I don't want to spoil it if anybody hasn't seen it, but I mean, I just want to just talk about the one scene that, like, I wasn't it was interesting for me, because I didn't cry for sadness, but I cried for happiness. Like I cried with joy because of when when his mom is there, and she tells him that she's so proud of him. I just I literally I teared up, and I it just was it gave me goosebumps, and it made me cry, because it wasn't something. Of course, like it was a tearjerker, like it was heartbreaking when he passed away, but just the moment when he shared, or he remembered a past memory with his mom, and what she was telling him, and just what he must do as a person and as an individual. And he had to become strong and be able to um, be there for others and protect and everything. And he had such a huge heart for other people, and he had such a will to fight and be strong, and he didn't have the idea of giving up. And when his mom was there and appeared and said that she was so proud of him, it just it gave me goosebumps, because a lot of us people, like a lot of us would feel that same feeling of wanting someone to be proud of them and feeling that they accomplished something. And that was something that just got me. Like, I was just like, oh my god, he accomplished something so good. His mom is so proud. Oh, I don't want to tear up right
I'm
now.
tearing up right
Oh
now myself, man. That was
no.
such an emotional. The
Oh.
entire movie was just so emotional. It was so well done. It was
And the
really
music,
well done.
how the music gives me goosebumps. And every time on my PC, so I have a desktop that changes different anime pictures, like any anime desktops. And when it comes up, I have one of Rengoku, and it plays the ending. It plays the last song in the movie, the Rengoku themed song that the artist Lisa sings. And every time I hear it, I get goosebumps, and I'm almost gonna tear up. I'm like, no, I can't. No.
I know. Amazing though. I love it.
It's yeah, and it was a very well accomplished, like, it it made it really big. Like, it was so successful of a movie. And it's I'm really excited to see what happens in the next season. And it's interesting because when I watched the movie, I was still with my ex when we watched this movie, and of course he teared up and he was sad and heartbroken when Rengoku passed away. And I told him, I was excited. I wanted to learn more about the upper third. And I didn't have it's interesting because I didn't hate that character. And it was also really nice to see that relationship that was growing between him and Rengoku, and the conversation they were having. And my ex was like, but he killed our boy and stuff. And I'm just like, I know, but there's something about this character that you're wanting to learn so much more. And I'm excited to see what happens. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm kind of like nervous. I'm kind of like almost dread, like, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I'm like, it's probably going to suck again. It's going to be a tear jerking, and someone else, there's going to be someone that you grow so fond of, or you start to like in the show, and then something happens. And I feel like they've made it, like, they've done such a good job at just tugging at our heartstrings. That's all I could say.